Hi guys, this is Claudia from the Metaldays 2015, and who are you?
My name is Eddie.
And your name is?
My name is Mark.
Suicide Silent.
Yes. Hell yeah.
We are here. We are here at Metaldays.
You're here. You made it.
We totally made it.
Totally
made it.
We did not make it.
We did not make it. That's for sure.
That's really cool.
No, we have definitely made it. We've been all over these hot ass places the past couple days, and everyone's like, "Oh, you made it to Metaldays, and it's the coolest day of the weekend." And so it's actually not as hot as everyone's kind of saying it is to
But
us.
it's
But
hot.
right now, we're just in a room with no moving air, so it's
Yeah,
a little
that's
warmer.
Yeah.
But it's the only quiet place at a metal fest like this, so we gotta
That's
find
true.
somewhere to talk.
There's definitely bands jamming right now. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. So a band going, ho, ha, ho, ha.
Yeah, but it's all about the feeling, just what we said before the interview.
Yeah.
It's not just about writing something down to sell music.
Yeah, it's about the vibe. It's about the energy. It's about people coming together and having a place to enjoy the music that they really want to enjoy. It's really difficult to find a nice, comfortable place where there's metal and there's an anti-norm place, if that makes any sense.
Where people can make like hoo ha.
Yeah, where they can
Not be judged for it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
and a place where you can walk around, and with no t-shirt and a bunch of spikes on your arms,
Or
and,
butt naked.
or you can pour blood all over
But
yourself.
you don't
if
do
you
that
want.
on stage.
No, of course not.
Even though it's hot.
I mean, it is kind of hot.
Maybe we
Like-
might get butt naked. We might do it.
I can do a pretty good helicopter.
But you know what? This is something to tell those guys watching the interview.
Yeah.
You have to come to the show and see if it's
Yeah.
happening or not,
Exactly.
That's silly.
Yeah.
So I have a special question that I put in every interview.
Okay.
And this is, what makes a person become an artist?
What makes a person become an artist? For me, it was 100% calling. It was me going to shows and watching people on stage and saying, "Hey, that's something that I want to do. I want these feelings that I have inside to be put out on paper and for people to see it and be able to read it and get something out of it." That's something I've wanted to do since I was a child. Really, I remember standing on my bed and always having a stage. And I would always have a microphone, and I'd always talk to my invisible crowd.
Cool.
And a lot of kids have invisible friends, but I had a whole audience. So I mean, it's just been something
Instead
I've
of
always.
the tea party.
Yeah, that's always something I did. I don't know.
Me personally, I guess, like, I've always been the struggling type where, like, I'm always like, oh, I create things, but, like, I've always looked at them as I battled calling it art. So that's where I'm like, I guess I'm just a starving artist like everybody else. I can't really look at what I create and go, that's an art piece or something. I'm like, I want it to be more. So like
Yeah.
I'm always.
Is it good enough?
Yeah,
The
like,
question.
or is it even art?
Yeah.
Is it even art? So is it you defining that you're doing art stuff, or is it somebody else?
Exactly. That's where I go.
That's why I'm asking the question, because I don't have the answer.
And I don't either. Like
No one has.
And that's where whatever you want to believe with the universe or God or whatever it is, that's where like I feel like I am the vessel of whatever I am. Like I'm creating these things because it's out of my control. It's like it's just things that happen. And it's like, hey, how did you write that first record? And I'm like, I don't know, dude.
You just did it.
I
right?
don't know. Me and all these dudes, we just kind of get together and we do this stuff. And it's like we're all creative people. I don't know if that makes us artists or not, but we all create. And what we create, I guess, is said art. And that's where I literally have had these conversations with friends where like, man, I just have a hard time calling what I create art. Because I don't know why. I want it to be more. I want to work on it. I want to like have it be more of a weird expression of myself,
Yeah.
So probably artist is not even a word enough.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
not.
dead. It doesn't mean shit to me. Artist and all that. Like,
It's a label.
I don't mind when people claim to be an artist. It's okay, but I've never been like I'm an artist. I like to. I'd rather say I'm a creative person. I like to think creatively.
Was there in an interview any question where you said, "Oh God, please don't ask that ever again"? Are there questions you really don't like?
I don't.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all how you perceive the question. You know, you can either hate it because you're tired of answering it, or you can just answer it and not talk about it. I mean, people want to hear what you have to say, regardless, even if it's. People want to hear that. People
But
want to see.
at least you did it now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. They want to see. They want to see who you are, and people want to see you on camera. You know, doing interviews that talking about your plights and your interests and your desires, because people want to feel like there is some kind of artistry, or that there is some kind of magic behind the music. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like that we're not trying to put on a mystique. We're trying to kind of show people that art is here, and we are here to create whatever the hell is inside of us,
and share it.
Yeah, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this.
The new one is whenever there's the question that you don't want to answer, you just say, "Who gives a shit?"
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
And is there any question you would like to be asked but nobody ever did it?
No.
No,
There's
because
nothing
we get all the weird questions too. We get a lot of like. I remember when we were putting out "You Can't Stop Me," I got an interview with it was like a high school kid who was just doing a project for a class, and they figured out how to interview us, and I got a phone call, and I got asked what my favorite kind of spaghetti was, and it's stuff like that where I'm like,
why not?
I'm happy to answer that kind of stuff.
That's cool. So
There's never weird enough.
No, it's never
never weird enough.
So we were talking about your voice before the interview. Did you actually learn how to sing with a teacher, or did you start in school, or did you just listen and try to do it yourself?
I grew up with my mom, always singing, always listening to singers, and always wanting to be in a choir or a class or something like to that extent. So I was always kind of following her around, and I was always around other singers.
Oh, cool.
I started singing, I mean, from what my mom tells me, it's from my infancy. Like I would stand up in my crib and I would sing along with the music that would be playing on the TV or on the radio. But I didn't really start actually learning how to sing until I was about 16. Well, maybe earlier, I was in plays and I was in musicals, and I always kind of was in choir and stuff like that growing up. But it wasn't until I was like 16 or 17 that I really started kind of listening to heavier music and really started putting, the years of playing trombone, the years of swimming, the years of being on stage and projection to work, and I remember it came from like listening to, people like Corey Taylor, dudes like Chris Barnes, George Corpse Grinder. It was those voices that made me think of music in a different light. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, cool, you don't have to be this beautiful singer in order to do music.
You have different tone.
And I really liked cartoons at the time, and I really liked, kind of scary voices and shit like that. So I started kind of imitating, Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig, and learning how to manipulate my air and make different noises with my voice box. And then from there, it just evolved, It becomes perfecting your craft over the years and years and years and years and years of playing. And, I think that actually screaming has made me a better singer.
Try to do this as well. Go to the show and see if the guys are butt naked. Thank you.
Yeah.